Finland now wants to wipe Russia off the map of the world.
We will tell you all about it. Before that, if you're a fan of non-corporate monetary news and analysis, you've landed on the right YouTube channel. Okay, let's begin.
Before we get into what Finland said and what it shouldn't have said, let's compare how Finland and Russia compare in terms of military might. And once we're done with that, we'll quickly take a detour to NSC Palace and see how Emmanuel Macron is doing. Russia, with its 1.33 million active troops, bolstered by a 2 million strong reserve, towers over Finland's modest assembly of 8,400 active personnel and 45,000 reserve. The tank titan stands at 15,000 plus for Russia and a mere 110 for Finland. In the skies, Russia's arsenal of 3,425 aircraft dwarfs Finland's fleet of 80. The naval disparity is equally stark, with Russia commanding over 600 vessels to Finland's 8. The comparison extends to anti-tank and anti-missile weaponry, where Russia's abundance contrasts sharply with Finland's limited stockpile. Perhaps most telling is the gap in long-range capabilities, with Russia's nuclear sets and extensive missile range standing unchallenged by Finland. So it is safe to assume that if Russia decides to teach a lesson to Finland, it will be quick and effortless. Now, Tour de France. Emmanuel Macron's suggestion of sending NATO troops to Ukraine stirred more than just political waters. It elicited a spectrum of reactions that ranged from disbelief to outright dismissal. Germany, Italy, Spain, and others seemed to share a collective chuckle at the proposition, while the United States opted for a sullen silence before conveying its disapproval through the American liberal media. The message was clear. Macron had overstepped, edging dangerously close to provoking a conflict with Moscow that Washington wants no part of. The United States' stance was unequivocal, distancing itself from any action that risked direct confrontation with Russia. Thus, any nation aligning with Macron's bravado was certainly branded as foolhardy. Finland did just that. Thinking NATO has its back, Finland decided to support Macron and up the ante. Finnish Foreign Minister Elina Valtonen seems to have caught the bug of enthusiasm for Emmanuel Macron's Ukrainian adventure plan. According to reports, Valtonen is all in on the idea of sending troops to Ukraine in the future, assuming, of course, Kiev starts to resemble a damsel in distress unable to fend for itself against the Russian bear. It's a plot twist in the ongoing saga of European diplomacy, where anti-Russian sentiments are now the main ingredient in the continental breakfast of politics. Valtonen lauds Macron's approach as strategic ambiguity, a term that is the political equivalent of saying, maybe I will, maybe I won't, guess you'll never find out. This approach of keeping everyone guessing, including probably themselves, about whether NATO boats will hit the ground in Ukraine, or perhaps just stared in an intimidating manner, is hailed as just the right seasoning for the current geopolitical soup. Valtonen champions the stance that Western countries need a group huddle to really nail down the specifics of when to jump into the fray officially. According to Valtonen, during a riveting interview with the Financial Times, the concept of strategic limits is sola caesar. She champions the art of keeping one's cards so close to the chest that you might accidentally shuffle them into your sweater. Valtonen's hot take is that the West, at this precise moment, should avoid painting itself into colors with bold declarations of do's and don'ts. Direct military intervention, as per her, is off the table for now, but also paradoxically on the edge of the table, ready to be called into play if the future whispers the need. It's a bit like saying, I'm not going to eat that chocolate cake in the fridge while also leaving the fridge door slightly ajar, just in case. Poland is another nation that is just raring for a war with Russia. Recently, it paid for its miscalculations with the death of one of its most decorated officers. Shamefully, they spun the news of his death. Watch this report below or